and welcome to night 2 of horror trivia. Tonight, the theme is monsters. So, I am my favorite monster. I am a version of a vampire. I'm sure if you've watched our other horror trivia, you're like, Erin, you wear this every single time. I do, but I love it. For every vampire one, I try and wear this. And it is kind of like a vampire, but mixed with Vampire Widow. And I'm all about vampires right now. I am currently watching the television version of Interview with the Vampire. And if you are not watching this show, this is one of the best shows on television. You should be watching it. It's so good. And trust me, I hate Louis in the movie. I feel very differently about Louis in this, but of course, Lestat is the best part of the whole show. Which, of course, I mean, he was the best part of the movie. So, of course, he's going to be the best part of the show. He's even better in the show. But I also have, if I get thirsty before I introduce my wonderful contestants, I do have a jar of blood with me. So if I get really thirsty or really hungry, I can go ahead and just open this up and take a drink. I also have another like adult beverage with me as well in a Halloween cozy. And I've got Michael Myers keeping watch behind me. But let's get right to it. And I'm going to introduce, it's going to be a head-to-head this time. Sadly, Tiffany cannot make it. She ran into some difficulties, so she is not, some scheduling snafu, so she's not going to be able to make it. So it's going to be a head-to-head matchup between, let's bring on contestant number 1. And there is no debating that this man knows all he can about monsters because he is himself a monster and from monsters. So welcome Eric from the Great Pop Culture Debate. Hello, Eric.
Hello, Erin. And I think you wanted a Wolfman, but I'm giving you a Wolverine. But I am popping my claws for this trivia.
It still works, yes. And Tiff is watching us. So hi, Tiff.
Hi, Tiff.
You're right. It doesn't look like True Blood from like True Blood. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. And yes, exactly, Susie. You've got to have a little snacky snack. I don't know if Eric has. I don't know what Wolverine like. If Wolverine eats something special.
He just drinks a lot of beer, and I actually thought I should have gotten one out of their fridge before I did this, and I'm regretting my life choices right now, as Wolverine often does. So that's very much in character.
There you go. Yep. And let's meet who Eric's competitor is. She is looking to howl at the moon, and she's hoping she's not ending up in a Monster of the Week episode from Supernatural. Please welcome one of my co-hosts from It's a Dean Thing Pod, Paula. Hey,
Hello.
Paula. Paula is also a werewolf.
Oh, yes.
So we've got two wolves kind of, battling it out. So yes. So is this true, Eric?
I had to take off the mask. Sorry.
I've heard he likes little Deadpool nibbles.
It depends on where he's nibbling, but I might be into that. So, yeah.
Oh yeah. And last but not least, the person that without whom I know sometimes she's like, don't stop putting this pressure on me, but without her, this would not go well. So let's welcome Erin A. Hey, Erin A.
Hi.
Hi. I'm so excited to have you back, of course, because without you, everything just falls apart. Yeah, see, I'm trying to sing a little bit of Nine Inch Nails, bringing you in here. Yes, Wolverine versus werewolf.
And Wolverine had to take off the mask for a little while. He'll put it back on later when he's losing. So yeah.
When he's losing. Way to hype yourself up there.
Yep.
Okay, well, before I put on the trivia board, I want to first go over a couple of ground rules. Now, if you've watched any of our past ones, please, if you are watching, do not, and I'll be repeating this a couple times for people who join late, but do not type in the answer if you know it until I tell you you can. And the only way you can is if neither Eric or Paula get the right answer. And then it is up for grabs and our audience can answer it and you might win some cool little additional little treats. So They might be the handmade variety. Right, Aaron A?
Always,
What?
always handmade.
Oh, it's handmade, yes, because Aaron A, if you don't know, creates and, like she says when she signs off, "I geek and I sew." That's what I do. I geek and I sew stuff. I didn't do your sign off very good. I apologize. And how we will decide, and I'm going to do this now before I bring in the trivia board, because last time it was hard sometimes to see the raising of the hands. But the way we're going to, you know what? Actually, I don't know. Maybe we won't do it this way because we only have 2 of you. So I'm trying to think if we should even have like a question to determine who goes first. I don't know. Okay. This isn't a question on there. So I'm going to go ahead and ask it, even though, it's going to be back and forth between the 2 of you. We're going to decide if we're going to go to P to E or E to P. So raise your hand if you know. So name the famous song that appeared in American Werewolf in London and who sung it. Okay, Eric.
Is it the Warren Zevon song?
Not Xenon.
Xenon, girl of the 21st century. Warren Zevon, Werewolves of London?
Yes, I will take that.
Sorry.
So we're going to go regular alphabet. No, it's fine. That was funny. and Susie, yes, we did end up going with the question. But now let's present the trivia board and what your categories are for this evening. So it's Bloody Good Fun, which of course is vampires. Let's Howl at the Moon, which is werewolves, which I expect both of you to know everything about this. Size Matters, which is all about those giant monsters. And then Monsters Are Universal, which is universal monsters. So that whole universe there. And as a reminder, there are 2 10 points, 2 20 points, 2 30 points, and 2 40 points. And you can go wherever you want on the board. So you can start out with 40 if you want to, Eric. Or you can, I don't know, start out with 10. What do you choose, Eric?
I'm going to be basic at first, and I'm going to start with Size Matters, which I don't believe, by the way, gentlemen. 10.
Okay. So scared. Is it gonna work?
You don't need 6 degrees to find the connection between Fred Ward and this co-star from Tremors.
So it's a specific co-star.
Yes.
Kevin
It's his
Bacon.
co-star. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to do this because this is the most ridiculous picture I've ever seen, and I love it.
I love it too. I love
He's
it
really
too.
serving
Oh,
the
my
kind of
goodness.
day.
I love
Like,
it.
what is such attitude?
I love it.
I
So good.
love that.
Okay. So Paula and I'm sorry, I forgot to say, and actually I'm going to switch your little
Yeah, I'm gonna
boxes
go to
around
the
here.
bottom. There.
There we go.
And I forgot to add that if that we're doing like one question each and we go alphabetical. So it's not like Eric couldn't have been like dominating the board. That wouldn't have been fair to Paula, is how we kind of play it. So Paula, what 40 pointer are you going for?
Well, I think I have to start off with Let's Howl at the Moon. But let's go for 20 points.
Okay. A little bit better. Makeup artist Rick Baker received the first ever Best Makeup Oscar for his work on this 1981 film.
I'm gonna American Werewolf in London.
Yes. I was like, hey, I had a question about that when we started.
I was like, is this a trick question?
Man, great. So far, no missed questions. Eric.
No pressure.
I know.
No pressure. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to up the ante, and I'm going to try Bloody Good Fun for 30.
Ooh. What is the name of the bar in From Dusk Till Dawn?
I regret my choices. I'm just going to guess, and I know it's wrong. Tequila Sunrise.
That is wrong. Paula, do you know?
I mean, that would have been my best guess too.
Wow. So neither of you have seen this movie?
I've actually never seen it.
No.
I had, and then audience, this is up for grabs. So if you know, then go ahead and put it in the comments. I had the cutout for this poster in my room when it had just come out, and it was pointing. So I had George Clooney with that gun pointing at me in bed. And
that was like the coolest movie.
I'm not
Yes.
mad at it.
and that's is this your guess? Because that's not it either. I'm surprised. I thought Tiff would have got it. And George Clooney's tattoos in this movie, the tattoo on his neck, is the sexiest thing I've ever seen on George Clooney. Too bad it wasn't real, but hey. No, that wasn't a guess. Okay. Well, that one is still up for grabs. So if you know that one, let me know in the comments. Okay. So Paula.
Well, let's hit all of the categories. Let's go with Monsters are Universal for 10.
Oh, you know what would have been cool is if there was a 40-30, then it would have been like tic-tac-toe. This star of the 1999 remake of The Mummy would go on to win an Academy Award for his performance in The Whale.
Brendan Fraser.
Yes. Which I hate that movie, The Whale.
Yeah.
Aside, you can listen to our Oscar episode about that and how I went off on that movie. That movie to me has so many problems.
Yep.
I love this joke answer from Susie for the bar. Human Capri Tiki Bar.
Good answer. Good answer.
That should be the correct answer, but no, it's not. So that one is still up for grabs if anyone knows the name of the bar in From Dusk Till Dawn. You know what's funny? When I put that question on there and I put it at 30, I was like, maybe this isn't a 30-point question, but I guess it is. So, Eric, where would you like to go for 40 points?
I'm going to go back to Size Matters, but I'm going to go to 20.
Okay. Man, avoiding the 40 pointers. What is the full name of the largest marine predator that has ever existed in the Meg?
The Megalodon?
Yes. Very good. I love that movie. That movie is so much fun. And I root for the Megalodon.
Of course. Absolutely.
As you should.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Humans
Just like I
have
root for Jaws.
Yeah, humans have had a good run. Let's give it up. Yeah.
I agree. Okay, Paula.
What do I want to do?
40.
Oh, what the hell? Why not? Let's do the Monsters are Universal for 40.
Renee's like, why are you doing this to yourself?
Oh my gosh. I just looked at all these. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. This is the complicated one.
Okay, so this is 10 points each. Name the 4 films titled Abbott and Costello Meet Blank. So fill in the blank.
Okay, Dracula, Mummy, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman.
Okay, hold on.
I
can
think
do
that's
this.
incorrect, but
She got 2 of them.
yeah, I knew she got a couple of them.
There we go. Okay. But the other 2, no.
Okay. Do you know the other 2, Eric?
Is one of them The Invisible Man?
Hey. Yeah.
Yes.
And then for the other one, I'm going to guess The Bride of Frankenstein?
No. Okay, everybody. So hello, new viewers. If anyone can guess what the fourth one is, then you get your own little 10 points and you might get a cool little treat. So let us know what the other Abbott and Costello Meet Blank movie is. Okay, so Eric.
I'm going to go for Bloody Good Fun for 20.
A half vampire, half mortal man becomes a protector of the mortal race while slaying evil vampires in this 1998 film.
If I'm right, then I should really put my mask on right now because it is relevant. Is it Blade?
It is.
Nice. Very
My good
nice.
friend Blade. I worked with him on Deadpool and Wolverine. Wesley and I go way back.
Perfect.
I taught him everything he knows about tax evasion. So
Perfect.
That was pretty good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's funny. Yes, and Blade, I think, has one of the best scenes in a vampire movie when they're in the club dancing
oh yeah.
and it starts raining blood on them. Oh, I love that scene. And
Blade
you know,
stands up. Like what,
yes.
30 years later almost, Blade still holds up. It's actually a very good both comic book film and vampire film.
Yeah, 30 years.
Almost.
Oh
Gosh,
my
that's
goodness.
depressing.
Don't say that.
Isn't it?
Terrible.
So depressing. Well, now that Wolverine has brought us down.
That's what he does. A lot of moping.
Yep.
A lot
And
of
we will.
snapping.
Yep, we will root for the shark. Yes, Tiff. And then, Susie, if anyone's going to know tax evasion, will be the immortal mutant.
Only suckers play tax, and I don't mean vampires.
So, Paula,
my
where
goodness.
would you like to go next?
Well, I had pretty decent luck with the 40 Monsters of Universal, so let's do that again.
Whoa.
Another one.
Claude Rains' performance as Dr. Jack Griffin in this 1933 film inspired Mark Hamill's portrayal of the Joker in Batman the Animated Series and related projects.
I'm gonna take a guess here, and I know this isn't right, but I'm just gonna guess Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
No. Eric, do you know?
Is it The Man Who Laughs?
No.
Oh,
So this one is up for grabs, everybody. See, it's a real 40-pointer.
Oh, yeah, that one was hard.
I just loved finding that trivia. I don't know.
What am I doing? I can't do it. Everything's so small. I need glasses. I'm aware. Thank you.
So, Eric, where would you like to go? I'd like to point out you haven't done a 40-pointer yet. you
all
know.
right. I'll do it. The pressure. I'm going to
know.
do Bloody Good Fun for 40.
Yay. I just love to pressure my contestants. This 2007 film starring Josh Hartnett was adopted from a 3-issue vampire comic book miniseries written by Steve Niles. Excuse me.
I actually know this, and I have to think of what it's called. 40 Days of Night.
Oh gosh, I don't
30
know.
Days
if I
of
can
Night.
Oh,
Well, that's the answer. So Eric put the answer, so they didn't get the chance there, Susie.
I'm sorry.
This was one when I saw this at 40. I'm like, did I really put this at 40? Because I thought I would have put it lower. But yeah, so yep, it is 30, which is one of the best vampire movies ever, I want to say.
Look,
Oh,
I
we are giving it to Eric, huh?
Oh,
are we? Sorry.
do not
I
feel
don't know.
pressure.
It's
That
close.
was bad. I'm sorry.
I will let Aaron A decide this. Aaron A.
You know I'm always going to give him the points, though. This is why you should let me decide.
Paula.
We're so close.
I'm good with it.
Okay.
I wouldn't have been able to answer it because I couldn't think of the name.
Okay. Well then, Eric, the nice people win over the vampire.
On a technicality, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, Paula. For that, I expect you to go somewhere very hard.
I'm gonna go
That's what
back
she said.
to I'm gonna go back to Howl at the Moon for 20.
Friend of the pod, Josh Rubin, directed this 2021 film starring Sam Richardson, which was adapted from a video game.
Oh God, I know this
Come on.
because I've watched it.
You're supposed to know this one. This is why I put it at 20. Because Josh Rubin is one of our favorites.
Oh
So good,
God,
too.
I can't.
Oh.
Good.
Ugh,
Josh is shaming you right now, Paula.
I know.
I'm looking
He's
at him
crying right now.
staring at you.
I know, with all the judgment, because
This
Well,
was the first
time's
movie
up.
I saw after COVID. Whenever we could
Yep.
go to the movie
This
theaters.
this was we went as a group to go see it. So Eric, do
It
you
was a
know?
too.
It's a
I
great
don't, but he's
movie.
a very handsome man, and so congratulations to you, Josh Rubin. That's what I have to say.
Josh is a sweetheart. If you haven't listened to our interview we did with Josh back in 2021, please go listen to it. He was also on our Donnie Darko episode with his lovely wife, who is also really talented, Lauren Sick. Josh is also extremely funny. He's a comedian. He does some terrific impressions. Go follow him on TikTok. And he is a genuinely good human being. There aren't very many of them in Hollywood. And both him and his wife, Lauren, are genuinely good human beings. So go support them. He's currently directing, I don't know if it finished, but a movie that was written by the people who did, by one of the writers, I believe, of Freaky. So yeah, and go watch Scare Me as well. So yeah. Yes, this is about 30 Days of Night, a high key underrated film and performance. I agree. Yes. Okay. So, oh, no one answered that and I didn't give the answer, did I?
No, you haven't given the
No.
answer yet.
Okay.
Actually,
So sorry, I jumped ahead there. Exactly. Yes, Susie. Yes. Sorry. It's Werewolves Within. We can go
Yeah.
back there and put that with the answer. I
Let's see.
apologize. I
Wait,
just
what
got
was that? Was that 20?
yes.
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, wait, I can put Susie on the other one. But we have to see the beautiful poster.
Yes.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put their names on here so we don't forget. There we go.
Work, Susie.
Susie just reacting to all of that. Because yes, I know Eric, that was kind of like one where I was like, well, if Eric gets that question, Eric's gonna be like, why is this only a 20-pointer? But it's because I expect my podcast people to know
Of course.
that one.
Of course. No, I get it completely.
I even dressed up as one of the characters for the first trivia.
That's right, you did.
I did.
That's right. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Double, triple,
like-
quadruple shame.
Feeling the same right now.
Oh, shame.
Okay, so Eric, where would you like to go next?
I feel like we haven't had any kaiju action in a while, so let's go to Size Matters for 30.
Kevin Dillon starred in this 1988 remake about a deadly entity from space that crash lands near a small town and begins consuming everyone in its path.
The Blob?
Yes. I loved that movie when I was young, by the way.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh, really?
It's
think I've seen it.
disturbing. It's very disturbing. I remember watching it as a kid too, and I was like
It looks
10 when it
gross.
came out, so it was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I needed to see all of that.
Okay, Paula, are you going to redeem yourself?
I'm gonna try, but yeah, let's stick with Size Matters for 20.
Closing out the 20s there. About 104 recorded people left the theater due to dizziness and motion sickness after watching this 2008 found footage film.
Blair Witch Project.
No.
Oh, that was one that had me leaving the theater
Mm.
with dizziness and motion sickness.
Good guess. And we'll be covering, and Susie will be on it. And so will Tiff. We will be covering Blair Witch Project in a couple of weeks. So that was the
I'll be on that
listener
one
pick.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, and beware that my feelings on this movie have gone slowly downhill, but that was incorrect. So, Eric, do you know the correct answer?
Cloverfield?
Yes.
Ah, that's right.
And
I
and
like
I
that
have
movie.
to I have to ask, when you cover Blair Witch, are you also covering Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows?
No.
Okay. So on my podcast,
That
we
was
have our
fast.
worst sequel film episode coming up in the beginning of November, and I rewatched it for that, and holy cats. It's bad, and it goes deep in that debate because it is nonsensical trash.
It is
Also-
horrible.
The least sexy orgy ever in cinema, and I paid to see it in the theater because I was told there was an
Oh.
orgy, and it was like, come on. Come on.
When the orgy lets you down, that's when you
I
know.
see more at the YMCA showers, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm saying.
Should ask for a refund.
I should have. There was
The
not enough
orgies.
orgy in this film.
This is not what was advertised.
Really
people.
oversold the orgy, did they?
Exactly.
That's hilarious. So, Eric, I don't think we have any questions about orgies, but
Mhm. Oh, it's my turn. I'm sorry. I
Yes.
thought the answer. We haven't done a lot with Monsters Are Universal, so I'm going to try that for 30.
I was wondering how popular this one would be. Lon Chaney's horrific self-applied makeup was kept secret right up until this film's premiere.
Oh, I don't think this is correct, but I'm going to guess The Phantom of the Opera.
Ooh, nice.
And you are correct.
Oh, okay, great.
Yes, he
Nice.
did that himself. Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Lon Chaney would have done great on RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm just going to say that.
Susie, the orgy was not to my satisfaction.
Exactly,
I like
Susie. Exactly.
and,
Oh my goodness.
and they also say bring back quality orgies.
Mhm. Too many stairs at this orgy. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Paula.
I haven't tried anything with vampires, so let's go with It's Bloody Good Fun for 10.
I'm sorry. It's not
I
the
know.
picture I was expecting in my future. I was like, Colin Farrell played vampire Jerry Dandridge in this 2011 remake. I'm sorry.
Fright Night.
I found
Yes,
a lot of really
exactly.
good pictures for this one.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'm like, you
Is that
better.
better?
That's
Is
a
that
better
visual?
photo.
That's
Yes,
better, right?
thank you.
Should we take a moment of silence for Colin?
Oh, Colin. That's my future hubby. Yeah, when I saw that movie in the theater, as I said then, and I'll say it now, he can bite me anytime.
Mhm.
I actually think that's a good remake, by the way. I know a lot of people don't like it. I thought it was fun.
I thought it was great.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as good as the original, but
What
still
are you
fun.
going to do?
So, Eric.
I will go to Kaiju. Size Matters for 40. Let's try it.
Oh, I think you chose
Ooh.
wisely.
Name 4 Godzilla versus blank movies. 10 points each. There's a lot to choose
I know,
from.
this
So.
is, I don't even know. Okay, I have the list on my other screen. So
There
I'll-
are. I'm going
Oh.
to say Godzilla versus Ghidorah, Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla, Godzilla versus Rodan, and Godzilla versus Mothra. Those are my guesses.
Okay.
I was
There's
like, I don't
two-
have it pulled
what's
up in
this
front of
one?
me.
Okay. One,
I
think
should have
there's
pulled it up
3.
while you were
I
doing
think
that.
you got 3. What was the second one you said?
Mecha Godzilla or
Okay, yeah,
Ghidorah?
that is correct. That is correct. Yes, those are all correct, actually.
Oh, yay.
I
Woohoo!
did
You
not
have.
put them on the board because there was 12 to choose from. So
I know. I made this very
But
easy for you, Aaron A.
there
I
you go.
apologize.
Just when I figured out the multi-point ones, you're like, oh,
I
I know
know.
what I'll do.
I'm gonna make it really
Make-
hard.
Make it really
I
hard.
love it though, but good job.
And I have to do a shout out. We
Perfect.
had a Patreon sponsored episode on Kaiju like 3 years ago, and I
Oh.
hadn't watched any of those except for like when I was a kid. And so I had to go back and rewatch them. So that's the only reason I knew all of those. So thank you very much.
Perfect. That was
That's how
perfect
you got
notice.
it. Yeah.
Well, let's look at the points because I want to make a point here, and I don't think Jen's watching. But last week, if you recall, Jen won with 260 points. Eric right now has 220 points, and there are a lot on here. So I'd just like to point that out. No pressure.
Were there 3
Paula.
people playing last time though?
Yes, there were.
Yeah.
So there would be more points distributed between the 3 as there are for 2, right?
Yes, that's the There would yeah. So good point. Still, I'm like, oh my gosh, we could be having even higher points here. So, Paula, where would you like to go? After I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shame you there.
Oh no. Let's go. It's bloody good fun for 10 again.
In this 1987 movie, two brothers move to California where they meet a group of young vampires.
And oh god.
That was great.
Oh my god. I know this and my mind just went completely blank. Oh god. I know it. I've seen this movie many, many times.
Running out of time.
I know.
Susie's yelling at you.
I'm
right
just.
now.
I know. I know this movie.
Okay, well, time's up. Eric?
It's The Lost Boys. I love this movie.
Thank
Yes.
you. Yes.
Cry, little
God.
sister. It's so good. The man with the saxophone at the beach. Jason Patrick is so hot in this movie. He is like
Thank you. Yes.
sexual napalm in this movie. He's so hot.
Yes. Yes.
The saxophone reminds me. This
I
movie
know.
reminds me forever of Carla now because of the
I know.
saxophone.
Yeah, Carla does not like saxophone for some reason.
At
But
all.
Carla was on our but Carla loves The Lost Boys. So yes,
It's a great movie.
yes, it is. The stash was Trey Chic. Colin. Okay. So Eric, where would you like to go?
I'd like to go back to the Monsters Are Universal, please. For 20. Sorry.
Or-
I should have said
I was gonna say, give him four-
I'll
yeah,
pick something
freezer
for you,
though.
but you might not like it.
that.
Boris Karloff protested against the decision to make the monster speak in this 1935 sequel to Frankenstein, but he was overruled.
Is that The Bride of Frankenstein?
Yes.
Okay. And let's just say it, The Bride of Frankenstein had style, right? Like icon.
Yes. And everybody should know how excited I am for The Bride, which is with Christian Bale
Mhm.
playing the monster. And it's directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. And, you know, Christian effing Bale is our unofficial mascot. So we will be covering that. We'll do some kind of special thing about that. And we'll be asking, quote unquote, Christian all about this movie come January. So, you know, stay tuned. And we also do trivia for Christian Bale. So, Paula, where would you like to go next?
I'm gonna try to redeem myself. Because I have no excuse other than my brain is fried from work. So we're gonna stick with bloody good fun for 20.
Are you sure?
No, but we're gonna try.
Christian Slater replaced this late actor in the 1994 film Interview with the Vampire.
River Phoenix.
Yes. Good redemption.
Thank you.
And Christian Slater, in case you haven't listened to our episode, how we kicked off Horror Month as we covered the film, Christian Slater donated everything he made from the movie to a few of River Phoenix's favorite charities. And I love this picture of River Phoenix. River Phoenix was one of the greatest actors we have ever had. And someday we will cover him. We were supposed to cover him this year, but there was not a single River Phoenix movie streaming. So we've postponed it,
That is
which
a
is just
crime.
criminal.
It's
It's
just
just-
so frustrating. It really is frustrating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It really is.
I'm like, we can't do this if people can't watch his movies to prep.
Yep.
So,
There's no
So
reason
frustrating.
why all of these movies should not be available all the time with all the freaking streaming services that are out there. It's just-
exactly.
oh,
Exactly. Oh, I forgot this comment from Susie about the saxophone.
Susie, I live for a saxophone solo, and I'm working on a top 10 list of the greatest saxophone solos in pop music. So if
Oh,
you
you
have
are?
any submissions, please give them to me. I'm very interested in, like, it has to be perfect. Baker Street is obviously very high up there, as are Careless Whisper, but I will gladly take other recommendations.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, River Phoenix was a truly gifted actor. Okay, so Eric.
Oh, okay. I'm going to do. We haven't done anything with Let's Howl at the Moon, so I'm going to try that for
That's true.
30.
Yeah, that's been a neglected category by our two wolves here. Dee Wallace stars in this 1981 film about a television newswoman who, after a bizarre and near deadly encounter with a serial killer, is sent to a remote mountain resort whose residents may not be what they seem.
I will tell you, I honestly have no idea. Based on the image, I'm going to guess Silver Bullet.
Nope.
Okay.
Good guess, though. That's a good guess. Paula?
That would have been my guess too.
Nope. Okay, that's up for grabs with the audience. Yes, we have just to let you know, Eric, we have a group called the Saxy Ladies, and that is me, Tiff, Meg, and Carla, even though Carla hates the saxophone. It's kind of a joke, a play on that. And so Tiff, of course, as a Saxy Lady, is compiling a list for you.
Work. I appreciate that very much. So does Kate Raculia, my colleague, who we are determined to make that list be epic.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear that list. So, Paula. Oh, that was up for grabs, by the way. Sorry. Keep reading your on those. So, yeah, if anybody knows what that movie was, and Dee Wallace, we interviewed her as part of San Diego Comic-Con a couple years ago, and sweetest lady, one of the sweetest ladies I've ever met in my life. Just such a, oh my gosh, and very different and unique and just a real sweetheart. So it's always nice when you meet these people in real life and they're actually really sweet people. So, Paula.
I think I'm going to go back to Monsters Are Universal for 20.
This monster is also known as the Gill Man.
Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Yep.
Oh, yes.
It's not Gilbert Gottfried?
Maybe. So.
That's pretty good.
Oh my goodness.
You didn't know he's part of the Universal Monster Universe?
Crossovers all over.
So, Eric.
Let's go to let's do Universal Monsters for 30, please.
The wolf that Larry Talbot fights with was Lon Chaney Jr.'s own German Shepherd in this 1941 film.
Is that the werewolf? The Wolfman. The Wolfman.
Okay, we'll accept it.
Sorry. I want
That's
it noted. I'm winning on technicalities. That is very important. And Paula, I think whatever ends up happening, you are the true winner.
Hey, I'm just happy I broke 100 points this time. So
You did.
We're doing high fives through the
High
screen. Claws.
fives.
You know what? I'm going to give you some claws. Here we go.
Woo.
Snicks. There you go.
Here we go.
You both are amazing. So thank you both. We miss you, Tiff, especially since you told me what you were going to be. So you can put it in the chat and I'll put it on here. And maybe if you want to, maybe we can have you come at least show your costume off on one of our other horror trivia nights. So, okay, that was you, Eric. Yep, that's right. So, Paula.
Let's finish out Monsters Are Universal for 10.
Man, I'm surprised that one went. I thought that would be the one that would clear out last, to be honest.
I love the Universal Monster movies. They're wonderful.
Oh, they're
see?
classic.
This actor played Dracula in the 1931 film.
I'm going to say Boris Karloff, but I don't think that's right.
No.
I didn't think so.
Eric?
Bela Lugosi?
Yep.
Famous Hungarian Bela Lugosi represent as a Hungarian myself. So
I don't know if everybody else is excited for Nosferatu.
yeah, looks great.
Yeah, I'm excited to because they haven't shown, which I'm very excited about. I love that they haven't shown in any of the trailers what Bill Skarsgård looks like. I love that it's kind of a mystery. So that's what I'm really excited about is seeing him.
I hope some clever person, because it comes out on Christmas, does a mashup with that and All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth, because I feel like it's a natural combination, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
That's great.
love that.
I love that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So Eric.
Let's do My Good Friend Size Matters for 30, please.
Venomous spiders get exposed to a noxious chemical that causes them to grow to monumental proportions in this 2002 film starring David Arquette.
Is it Arachnophobia?
Nope.
I didn't think so. I thought that was too early.
Paula.
Okay, so I don't like clowns. Spiders is the other thing, so I have no idea.
Oh, no.
This movie is so much fun. Okay, so this one's up for grabs. So if anybody knows what the film was with the venomous spiders that get exposed and they're like, and the title of the film is yelled out during, by David Arquette in a scene. And if you haven't watched it, when we get to the end, I might just reveal this one. You should really watch this. This movie is so much fun. It won't be fun for Paula, so Paula won't be watching.
No.
That's fun.
I don't do clowns. I don't do spiders. Hell no.
So Paula, where would you like to go to next?
Let's go back to Howl at the Moon. What the hell for 30?
Okay, before you do that, Aaron A, I do want to say Tiff did get the answer, and
Oh,
Susie
nice.
knew it too, but it is Eight-Legged Freaks, and that's what Dave Arquette says, Eight-Legged Freaks, and it's so much fun. It is so much fun, so I recommend that. But yes, sorry, Paula. So
What did you say, Paula? I was not.
Oh,
I was so distracted. Can you hear the dog snoring? He's snoring again.
a little bit.
Let's Howl at the Moon for 30.
Okay.
He's turning into a
Snore
werewolf.
at the moon.
Snore at the moon.
In this 2000 film, two death-obsessed sisters, outcasts in their suburban neighborhood, must deal with the tragic consequences when one of them is bitten by a werewolf.
I do not know this.
Okay. I loved the look on your face watching you.
I
Eric,
like-
do you-
Like when I heard two sisters, my brain went immediately to an episode of Supernatural. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's not what it is.
Nope, no, it's not.
Eric, do you know?
Is it Ginger Snaps?
Yep.
Which are a delicious cookie as well. Let's just
Oh,
make that connection.
They are. Yeah, that's true. So, Eric, where would you like to go?
Oh boy. Let's go to you know what, we're gonna do Kaiju for 40. Size matters. Kaiju.
Hey, whenever you say it, I know, but the earliest atomic tests in New Mexico caused common ants to mutate into giant man-eating monsters that threaten civilization in this 1954 film.
Is it called It?
Nope. But that's
I know
a
this
pretty
one.
good guess.
I know this
Paula?
one. Them.
Yep.
Nice.
Ah!
It's so close.
Good job. Good job.
I cannot tell you how many times we watched this movie when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. I don't know why,
That's funny.
but this was the thing with my dad and my uncles. They would go to the video store and they would pick out the just whatever looked like the just cheesiest sci-fi or horror movies, and this was one of them. And I don't know why I loved it, but then we got it on video and I watched it all the time.
I love that. So, Paula, where would you like to go?
Oh, it's me again. Okay. Let's Oh, let's finish out this one. Size matters for 10.
J-Lo and Ice Cube put the music aside to fight a deadly snake in this film.
Anaconda.
Yes. Do not watch this movie with me because I love snakes. And these people did not study snakes because they try to defeat the snake by blinding it. Snakes can barely see. Snakes use their tongue. And I was yelling at this movie so loudly. And I was rooting, of course, for the snake to kill him because,
I
hey.
feel like the most basic amount of research they would have figured that out.
No.
That's awesome.
It is funny though, because this comes out many years after Baby Got Back, and J-Lo, who's noted for her ample rump, was in it, and the anaconda did not want none unless you've got one. So it actually it tracks.
Oh, that was good. Okay, Eric. So we only have vampires and werewolves left.
Okay, sounds like a good time. Let's go to Bloody Good Time for 30, please.
This 1983 cult classic starring David Bowie and Susan Sarandon was based on what book by Whitley Strieber?
The Hunger?
Yes. That picture of them is so, oh my gosh, that's so great, especially because if you've watched the movie, it's like, totally, which I don't know if has anybody else on here watched The Hunger?
I know
so
of
familiar.
it. Yeah, I've never watched it, but I knew of it, and I was hoping it would come up here, but I've never actually watched it.
You should watch it. It's a good one. It's a good one. And I know we talked about it when we talked about queer horror a couple of years ago. And Susan Sarandon fought very hard for there to be love scenes with Catherine Deneuve in it, and for the way they were portrayed. You have to listen to that episode because I can't remember the trivia offhand. I should have looked it up before we started this, but it's a good movie. And if you love Bauhaus, it starts with Bela Lugosi's dead, and you get to see Bauhaus. So it's really good. And David Bowie as a vampire. I mean,
right?
And it's a very different kind of vampire film too. So Paula,
let's Howl at the Moon for 10.
Who played Celine, the vampire warrior entrenched in a conflict between vampires and werewolves in the film Underworld?
Oh, I know this. I know
I really
this.
like these movies. I know they're like garbage, but I love all of these movies so much.
I can't think of her name.
Do you know, Eric?
I do. It's Kate Beckinsale.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's Scott Speedman in that first picture there. I've been rewatching Felicity again, and you know,
Scott Speedman was a hot piece.
Love him.
Yes.
And he's actually aged well.
He has. He's in a new horror movie. I can't remember the name of it, but I keep seeing advertisements for it constantly.
I think it's a TV show. I don't think it's a movie. It's on
Hulu.
Hulu?
Oh, it is going to be a TV show? Okay. Yes, because that's where I've seen the advertisements. I've seen him mainly when I'm watching Felicity, which makes sense.
They're like, did you want to see this?
You like this actor?
Yeah.
Here, watch this.
Yeah, you can go back and listen to our Felicity. You can watch the Felicity episode, which was going to be the great Ben versus Noel debate, because I'm a Ben girl. And that was with Meg and Carla, who are both Noel girls. And so we did debate that. I'm still right. They're not here to defend themselves. So, Eric, where would you like to go? Would you like to howl or bite? There's only one more question in the
You know what? That's true, but I like the symmetry, so I'm going to go Let's Howl at the Moon for 40.
Jack Nicholson plays publisher Will Randall, who becomes a demon wolf in this 1994 film.
I can actually visualize this poster in my head, and it's going to drive me crazy because I can't. Is it just called Wolf?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay,
Very good. This movie is so good. This is probably my favorite werewolf movie ever. I cannot recommend this movie highly enough. It's Michelle Pfeiffer and Jack Nicholson together are fire. It's so good. So good. Have you watched it, Eric, or do you just know?
I remember it coming out and I didn't see it, but I would love to. And I will say I want to watch more horror movies, but not like really disturbing horror movies in October after The Substance. So maybe that's one I'll check out.
Yeah, it's a love story. It's actually a love story. There's of course violence in it, and werewolf stuff, and James Spader is really good in it too. But yeah, who among us did not want to don a leather trench coat and latex because of that film? No one, just me. That must have been back to Underworld.
I mean, that's just a casual Friday night for me. So
Okay, Paula.
Let's do another Howl at the Moon for 10.
Ooh, gonna be left with just 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Michael J. Fox played a high school basketball player who learns he is also a werewolf in this 1985 film.
Teen Wolf.
Yes. I loved this movie when I was younger because everybody knows who was my first celebrity crush? Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox.
I picked up that picture just for you.
he's a great first crush. Such a good first
Adorable
crush.
little Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, because he's so sweet. He doesn't disappoint, like how I also had a crush on Kirk Cameron when I was younger. And now
Yeah,
I'm like,
that didn't work out so well. Yeah. But
No.
Yeah.
He
The
was
Kirk
he was
Cameron
at
one.
LA Comic-Con last weekend, and my friends got a picture with him of the whole Back to the Future cast.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's
Aw.
amazing.
Yeah.
Aw, I love Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Yes,
The basketball scene.
yes. And also the infamous person in the stands who flashed the camera.
Oh, I don't know if I even realized that.
my God.
Oh yeah, there's a person, an extra, who basically flashes the camera. It's at the very end when they're all cheering and he's in the stands, and it's very like they missed it when they put it out, and it's very brief, but yeah.
Crazy. People being
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. So Eric, which 40 would you like?
Let's do Bloody Good Fun. See what happens there.
Okay. Oh my gosh, 400 points, Eric. This future Oscar winner directed the 1987 horror film Near Dark. Oh, I hope her name's not on there.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not. It's just-
Okay.
Even if it is, it's so tiny you need a magnifying
That's
glass.
true. That's true.
Not
I
just me
feel
being
like I'm
funky.
cheating because you said her, and so I
Oh,
feel like,
whoops. Whoops. Oh my
is it-
gosh.
is it Jodie Foster?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, I didn't get it right. So that clears it up.
Oh, whoops, I messed up there, but do you know, Paula?
Sofia Coppola?
Nope. Okay, so this one's up for grabs. This is a fantastic, fantastic vampire film that doesn't get enough love. Bill Paxton is a vampire. Gasps in Spanish. Yeah, I can't believe I totally messed that up. I could have just given it all away there. Okay, so this is the one you have to take. You have to take 40 and werewolves.
Okay.
Okay, last
Round it
one.
all out.
Man, you guys are doing so good.
This movie is based on the 1983 Stephen King book, Cycle of the Werewolf.
I don't know that one.
No guess?
I'll guess Silver Bullet.
And you would be right.
Yeah, I was like, you
I
guys
was
are
like, you
really
said
good.
it earlier.
I know, that's
I was
why I
like,
was like,
this-
I wonder if you're going to figure that
I was like, this is a trick question again, isn't it?
It's got to be the answer to something. Perfect.
out. That poster.
I've never seen this, but it looks so entertaining just off of this poster.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so the final score is, I am sorry, Jen.
wow.
Jen
Okay,
was
so good.
determined that no one would beat her, but the final score is 400 to 200. This was a very good game. I really appreciate both of you playing and being on. And once again, I'm sad you weren't here, Tiff, but this was a great game, and I hope you both had a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
So much
Yeah,
fun.
so yes, so much fun. And now I can't remember what trivia questions are still
I
up.
was thinking ahead. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Hold on. I think one. It's really
I know
small. I
the
can't see it. Hold on. I saved them.
Okay, because I know the From
Okay.
Dust Till. Okay, so
These are the
I'm going to
ones I
give
know we
another
got.
name of these, and if people know them, what is the name of the bar in From Dusk Till Dawn? Dee Wallace stars in this 1991 film about, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is about a 1991 werewolf film starring Dee Wallace. Claude Rains' performance as Dr. Jack Griffin in this 1933 film inspired Mark Hamill's portrayal of the Joker in Batman the Animated Series. And then this future Oscar winning director, I should have said winning director, this future Oscar winner directed the 1980, oh my God, 1987 horror film Near Dark. And The Invisible Man is correct for the Claude Rains film.
Yeah, as
It
I was
is.
reading it back over, I was like, oh, I know what this is now.
Yeah,
That is The
Griffin.
Invisible Man
Griffin.
is
Yeah.
correct. So Susie got that one. So we still have the other ones up for grabs. If anyone wants to take a guess at them, I really wanted people to say the From Dusk Till Dawn bar one. I'm taking off my eye things because they are driving me nuts. So no guesses on that, I guess, huh? I'll give it a few minutes. And then I'm going to say it because I just want someone to say it. I don't know what the picture is you chose for that
It
one.
is. It's the front of the bar. Which
It is. Okay,
classic.
then we'll have to have that here. So I'll give it a couple minutes. I'll leave that up there for just a little bit here, and then I'll remove it and have everybody close out, say where they can be found. But I want to thank both of you again, and I will reveal who got the most votes. And all of you, including Tiff, which we did work a replacement, so people chose another person if they chose Tiff, just in case, because I wanted to make sure our paid transporters could still get the points. But Paula, you were chosen. All of you were chosen, but you were chosen. You won the Patreon vote. But you were all chosen. So yes. And and for Eric, of course, a reason given was the trivia thing. So people are making, I just want to say, and I can't wait to reveal the one for next week's, but people are making such interesting videos and compelling ways to get people to vote for them. I want to say, so all my contestants, you're doing such a great job with that. Tiff, the one that you came up with the power of Christ compels you. That was so creative. So all of you have been great at that. I want to give you all a shout out at that. And I think we've given enough time. So let's reveal what the name of the bar in From Dusk Till Dawn was. I want to say it.
Okay, wait. Now I gotta find it again.
Oh, yep. Tiff got it. Tiff got it.
Oh,
Tiff. Oh, that's the wrong one. The titty twister. Yes. I just really wanted someone to say that. I don't know. I'm like 10 years old or 12 years old or whatever, but
I gotta zoom back out. I don't know what, I'm out of control. Hold on. Oh, it's so small. I can't see it. Hold on. We're gonna have to go back.
Yes, the video was great. And wait till you see one of the ones for next week.
There we go. It was this one, right?
Yeah.
It was this one. Okay. Because you just gotta see this. This is like the classiest bar.
It is.
It doesn't have the flashing lights effect on her boobs, but it's great.
Yep. And then of course Selma Hayek has one of the most famous dance scenes with a huge snake, and she was terrified of the snake.
I can't do it. No.
What I like most is the subtlety. I think that really helps me.
Keeping it classy.
Very subtle. Okay, well, I'm going to remove that. And I want to just thank once again Eric and Paula for joining me and being contestants. I hope you had a fun time. And I hope, Eric, you'll come back for one of our other trivia nights. You can come back for, like I said, we do Christian Bale trivia. We're going to be doing that. This is for the Finn group, but we're going to be doing Finn Went Rock trivia on October 23rd. So we have another trivia event this month. And then for our marathon streaming event in May next year, I'm sure we will have some sort of trivia for that. Great. So stay tuned and we'll definitely let you know, Eric. And it was a blast having you here. So Eric, tell everybody where they can find your great, wonderful podcast, The Great Pop Culture Debate.
Thank you. And actually, this week's episode, which came out on Tuesday, has Aaron Marlowe on it from It's a Fandom Thing. It's our best American horror story character episode. We do a different topic in pop culture every week. And you can find us at greatpopculturedebate.com, wherever you listen to podcasts. And what's coming up next is Best Celine Dion Song. And then we close out October with Best 80s Sitcom and Best Sesame Street Character. And we actually have one of the puppeteers from Sesame Street on the episode as our guest panelist. So check that out.
Oh, that's
Oh,
amazing.
so cool.
It was
Oh,
really cool. Yeah.
Gosh, that I can't wait to listen to, because that was like when I was growing up, we had a TV that only got one station, and it was PBS, and that's all we watched. We watched just, Sesame, and we barely watched TV when we were growing up, but Sesame Street was the big thing, and Mr. Rogers, but Sesame Street more than anything. So yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
55th anniversary, and they are actually they are at risk, frankly, of going off the air. I don't know if you're also getting the communications from Sesame Workshop, but they are having to do fundraising right now because they may lose HBO. So just FYI.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that with HBO. The way HBO is, the way when it became Max, which I don't want to call it just Max, it's just, it's so infuriating. So infuriating. This is why physical media is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so everybody is very excited about this, Eric. And then Susie also said thank you for such a fun night. So thank you. And Susie, if you don't know, will be on our grand trivia finale. So that is on October 24th. And Paula, hey Paula, where can everybody find the podcast? It's a Dean Thing. Susie is also our other co-host of that, where we talk about the best fictional character in the world, Dean Winchester.
Our favorite fictional character. You can find that podcast on all of your favorite podcast places. You can find it on social media. It's a Dean Thing Pod. You can find me at It's My Sandbox on all of said social media places. On Twitch at my gamer tag, Artemis75. It's ARTEMISZ 75. We have a Discord server for It's a Fandom Thing. We have a channel for It's a Dean Thing. We have a channel for all kinds of fun things.
You know what I'm trying to do.
Yes. There's a channel for I Watch a Finn Rock, which I will be doing probably at some point this weekend because I have trivia to get ready for. All kinds of fun things. So come check out the Discord server. All of the panelists are over there. Yes. So
yeah, because Paula had never seen a single Finn Rock thing.
Not a single one.
And she had been an honorary member of the Finn crew, which was like, wait a minute, you can't be an honorary member of the Finn crew anymore if you haven't seen a single Finn Rock thing. So Paula is now
I'm
supposedly
working on earning my full membership.
There will be a quiz.
And because
there literally will be.
There literally will be. And because it's October, and this is one that Jen recommended, I am going to be watching Halloween Town High next. So I was saving that one for October.
Little baby Finn. And Aaron A., my amazing Aaron A., who helps this keep afloat. Seriously, you are incredible. Thank you for creating our trivia board, seriously, and running it and picking such great photos. So thank you. So tell everybody where you can be found.
I'm pretty much only on Instagram. I am at Geekin, so that's what I do. I geek and I sew things. And the snoring dog behind me is also on Instagram, and Zeus is at Zeusel_Drusel.
Awesome. Well, thank you all again, and thank you everyone who watched and everyone that watches later. Really appreciate it. And thank you, of course, to our Patreon supporters. And thank you again to our contestants. And join us on Thursday. We're switching things to Thursday now. Thursday, the 17th at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We are going to be tackling women in horror. We're not going to be literally tackling women in horror.
Sounds painful.
But we are going to have the hosts of Gate Leapers podcast, which I did an episode which should be coming out like I think next week. That was so much fun where it's like a trivia podcast and we talked about 80s slasher films. So
Ooh.
that was so much fun for me, of course, because that's my favorite genre in horror. So that was a lot of fun. And then we are going to, of course, Paula's going to be back again.
Mm-hmm.
And then Annalise is going to be returning, who was on our very first night and who runs Elevate Immersive, which again, they are offering that great, fantastic prize for the winner, for our Patreon subscriber that wins everything. They get 2 passes to their interview with the vampire themed night. So, yep. So with that, we are out. And Eric's like, I am
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Dying.
I'm dying.
Eric's
It's
like,
so
just
hot.
wrap up so I can leave.
No, you're fine. I was like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You're good.
So good night, everybody. Take care. Be careful out there.
Night.
Night.
All right.